Oh. Hello there. Oh, gosh. I was told you all would be here this evening, but gosh, it's just so much more beautiful than I could have imagined. Each of you here, in your own bodies, hearts, beating, lungs, breathing. Oh, it's fascinating. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Forgive me. My name is Clayre, and I'm a spirit from an ancient order of story collectors. And we travel the dimensional planes of existence, looking for true and authentic stories that are being told about what it means to be alive. We learn and we observe, and with permission, of course, we collect these stories and we take them back to our great library, a place where all beings of consciousness are able to tune in, to listen to these stories, to teach, to learn, to inspire and be inspired. Maybe also to grieve together, to share in the joys and the sorrows of what it means to be alive. And sometimes we might also need this space, this place, to find one another, as we can tend to get lost sometimes. Because you see, it is not easy, is it, to be here in a body, always. Sometimes it's quite wonderful, yes, but it is not always easy. And here particular, on your planet, your universe of this density, the way in which spirit comes and is supported and expressed through physical matter is truly fascinating. It's one of the reasons I've come here. It's quite the unique experience, the way in which life is expressed. Because we have these limitations, right, of physical reality, matter. It is somewhat limited in how we can express. And yet, within those edges of the limitations of your physical reality, there's a trans-infinite number of ways in which to express oneself that are emerging within those limitations. And at the same time, there is a knowing that you are not fully limited by your physical reality. Yes, so many cultures and traditions throughout your world have come together in community to create song and dance and prayer and meditation to tell stories that offer an expression that is beyond your physical reality, a story of the ethereal. And at the same time, a bit of a more modern take with your scientists and your researchers and particle studiers have uncovered this very precise language of mathematics, which tells you and describes so precisely the physical reality in which you live in, and yet, at the same time, it tells you where that reality ends. But the math doesn't stop. You move beyond the Planck scale, and the math shows that there's more. There's positive geometry, sociohedrons, amplituhedrons, cosmological polytopes, all coming together to be categorized in decorated permutations. Isn't it fascinating? So over here, yes, we We have one story being told of spirit and the ethereal through prayer, song, and meditation. And over here we have another story being told. Seemingly, these two stories seem quite at odds with one another. This seems to happen quite often in your world, as I understand it. Two things on opposite sides that seem to be quite at odds with one another. And yet, as each story continues to be told and explored with curiosity, they seem to come together, do they not? To be woven together, knit into the most beautiful tapestry that can hold the paradox of what it is to be alive on earth. It is not easy to hold that paradox. It is not easy to carry these bodies. The amount of information that they take in, not always understanding what it means or what to do with it. So, if you would, each of you, I invite you just for a moment, let's use our bodies. Just briefly. Maybe just take your eyes and allow them to wander around this space with me. Let your ears listen. Let yourself know where you are in time and space. Don't be afraid to take a break from looking at me. Don't be afraid to take a break from looking at the stage. Let your eyes wander. Feel the chair underneath you. Feel the density of the earth that's holding us up right now. And now, if you would, just invite a bit of softness and kindness to your face. Invite a bit of gratitude to your eyes. And let's share that with one another while we're here in this space together. And don't forget to open yourself up to also receive the kindness and the gratitude that is now filling this room. The last thing I'd like to ask you to do before we move into our first story is to open yourself a little bit more and invite in a bit of expectation. A bit of expectation to be a part of something truly magical, expectation to receive something truly wonderful tonight. Because let me tell you, in my time here, I've been drawn to a particular group of people who inhabit the bodies in such a way that they move through time and space. They play with gravity to tell a story of what it means to be human. And we have many of those stories here tonight to share with you. So if you would, just open yourself up to be a part of that story, to receive what is being offered. And you might notice we have a collection of books and other types of stories over here. A truly fascinating thing that you all have come up with in your physical reality to record stories, to preserve them and share them. And so I've taken up a bit of that, a bit of writing to help me organize my thoughts while I'm here and keep track of what I'm going to take back with me. So, if it's okay with you, I'd like to share just a bit of what I've collected and what I've written down of each story, so you get a taste of my perspective and what I would like to take back with me to my great library.